Okay, let's talk about something that can feel like, I don't know, running straight into a brick wall. Reading a research article. It's the key to so much incredible knowledge, right? But man, can it be frustrating. Today, we're going to find a way to just completely break down that wall.
I'm sure you know the feeling. You open up a PDF and bam, this dense, impenetrable wall of text just hits you. It's packed with jargon, crazy charts, and sentences that feel a mile long. You try to read it from the beginning, and by like page 3, your brain just kind of checks out. It is so incredibly frustrating.
But here's the thing. What if I told you it's not you at all? And it's not even that the paper is too hard. The problem is how you're reading it. Think about it. You wouldn't try to build a piece of furniture without looking at the instructions first. So why do we try to read these complex papers like they're a novel? There is a much, much better way. So what we need is a strategic approach, a game plan. It's a method that's actually designed to pull out the most important stuff, without getting totally lost in the weeds. We're going to stop trying to brute force our way through and start getting smart about it.
It's called the three-pass approach, and I want you to stop thinking of yourself as a casual reader and start thinking of yourself as like a detective on a case. Each pass through the paper is a different stage of the investigation, each one with its own mission, building on the last until you've cracked the whole thing wide open.
All right, mission number 1, the first pass. This is all about getting the lay of the land. It's a quick skim, a reconnaissance mission, really. The goal here is just a high-level overview to figure out the paper's basic shape and what it's trying to argue. Seriously, this shouldn't take you more than 5, maybe 10 minutes, tops.
And it's super simple. You read the title, abstract, and introduction that gives you the quick and dirty summary. Then you just scan the section and subsection headings. That's your roadmap. And finally, you jump right to the conclusions to see where it all ends up. After just this one quick pass, you should already know the general topic and what the main findings are. Easy.
Okay, so now you've got the map. You know the basic layout. It's time for the second pass. We're going back in, but this time we're looking for the juicy details, the evidence. We're not trying to get some deep philosophical understanding just yet. We're just trying to grab the key pieces that back up the paper's claims.
So you'll reread that intro again just to get your bearings, then you'll go through the whole thing. But here is the absolute key, and I really mean this. You're going to focus your energy on the figures, the diagrams, the illustrations. So often this is where the real story is. The core data, those aha moments, they're usually hidden right there in the visuals.
Now, just as important as what you focus on is what you ignore, at least for now. All that complex math, those dense proofs, just skip right over them for a minute. The goal here is to understand what the pictures of the data are telling you, not to try and replicate the math yourself from scratch. That'll just bog you down. Okay, we've done our recon. We've gathered the evidence. Now it's time for the final pass. This is where it all clicks. This is the synthesis. The goal here is to pull it all together, to challenge the ideas a bit, and really cement your own deep understanding of what's going on. This time, you're reading with a really critical eye. You're asking yourself, okay, can I actually explain the main point here in my own words? What's the big new idea? And crucially, this is when you go back to any of those parts that felt confusing before. Now that you have the full context, those tricky sections will start to make a whole lot more sense. You see, once this method becomes second nature, it's not just about reading a paper anymore. It's kind of like unlocking a new superpower. You're taking this thing that used to be a huge, daunting task and turning it into a manageable and, honestly, a pretty fun process of discovery. I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way, you're basically guaranteed to get lost and feel overwhelmed. But the new way, the strategic way, you're focusing on the big picture first, and then you build your understanding layer by layer, systematically. It's literally the difference between being lost in the woods and having a map and a compass. And really, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this quote. It's the whole philosophy in a nutshell. Read for understanding, not for completion. The point isn't just to get to the last page and check a box. The point is to actually walk away with the ideas inside your head. So that's it. The power is literally in your hands now. Think about that stack of papers you've been putting off, or that subject you've always wanted to dive into. They're not walls anymore. They're just puzzles. And now you have the key. So the only question is, what are you going to understand next?